Welcome to the Workplace Minute, powered by H3HR Advisors and sponsored by WorkHuman. Thanks for joining me for your quick briefing on what's important in the world of work. My name is Steve Boese. Today in the show, we're looking at one of the most important topics for the long-term health of the labor market and for the livelihoods of millions of workers: the potential impact of ever-improving AI technology on jobs and the disruption that might be coming. Preview: the Godfather of AI is sounding some alarm bells. Let's break it down. The name Geoffrey Hinton may not be familiar to you, but he and the technology that he helped create and inspire are likely to have a significant impact on your organization and maybe even your own career in the next few years. Hinton, widely known as the Godfather of AI, is a British-Canadian scientist whose pioneering research laid the foundation for the artificial intelligence systems we use today. Awarded the 2024 Nobel Prize in Physics for his groundbreaking contributions to machine learning, Hinton's work made it possible for computers to recognize patterns in speech, images, and data in ways that now power everything from workplace software to generative AI tools. However, in recent years, he's also become one of the most influential voices urging society to carefully consider the implications of AI on jobs, skills, and the future of work, warning that while AI can drive massive productivity gains, it also poses risks of displacement and profound shifts in how people and organizations operate. In a recent interview with the Financial Times, Hinton said that what's actually going to happen is rich people are going to use AI to replace workers. It's going to create massive unemployment and a huge rise in profits. It will make a few people much richer and most people poorer. Additionally, he noted that this disruption isn't the fault of the AI, but rather the capitalist system. Concerns about technology disrupting jobs are not new. They echo through every major wave of innovation in modern history. When the steam engine revolutionized manufacturing and transportation in the 18th and 19th centuries, workers feared widespread unemployment as machines took over the tasks once performed by hand. And later, the spread of electricity and mechanization sparked similar anxieties, with some critics warning that automation would leave millions out of work. The same patterns repeated itself with the arrival of automobiles, telephones, and later computers. Each time, predictions of massive job losses accompanied the adoption and the transformative new tools. Yet history shows that while new technologies often displace certain roles, they also create entirely new industries, professions, and opportunities. The automobile not only reduced demand for blacksmiths and carriage makers, but it also fueled growth in manufacturing, logistics, road construction, and retail. The spread of the telephone eliminated the role of human telegraph operators, yet it enabled global business, customer service, and entire communications industries. Computers and the internet reduced demand for typists and switchboard operators, but they ushered in the digital economy, IT services, software, and millions of roles that didn't exist a generation earlier. What each of these examples underscores is that technology generally does not simply erase work, but rather it changes the nature of work. The economy tends to expand and reorganize as these new capabilities emerge, even if the transition is disruptive in the short term. That perspective is especially relevant today as artificial intelligence raises new questions about the future of jobs. And while fears of displacement are valid, especially in roles directly impacted by automation, history does suggest that new industries will arise, often in ways that are difficult to foresee at the outset of a new technological revolution. But at the same time, many experts caution that artificial intelligence may represent a departure from this historical script. Unlike past technologies that primarily displaced physical or routine tasks, AI has shown the ability to replicate and even outperform humans in work that are complex and high-income roles such as software development, legal research, and creative content generation. And Geoffrey Hinton himself has warned us that these systems are advancing so quickly and are so versatile that the familiar pattern of short-term displacement followed by long-term job growth may not hold this time. Another key difference lies in how the benefits of AI are likely to be distributed. While previous technological revolutions created broad-based industries that employed millions, the gains from AI may be far more concentrated. The infrastructure, models, and platforms are largely controlled by a handful of powerful technology companies, while executives and shareholders stand to benefit disproportionately from cost savings and efficiency improvements. If left unchecked, this dynamic could deepen inequality, with the spoils of AI adoption flowing to the few who own and deploy the technology rather than being widely shared across the workforce. The lesson from history is that technology reshapes work in ways that are often difficult to predict, and past revolutions ultimately expanded economic opportunity, but not without turbulence, some inequality, and dislocation along the way. AI may follow a similar path, or it may mark a true break from the past, one where the scale of automation and the concentration of power in a few organizations fundamentally alters the balance between labor and capital. For HR and business leaders, the challenge is not to just adopt AI for efficiency and growth, but to do so in ways that keep people at the center. That means thinking beyond productivity metrics and cost savings to consider reskilling, new career pathways, and the social contract between the employer and the employee in the age of intelligent machines. As AI becomes more mainstream, the real test will be whether leaders can harness its benefits while remembering that every disruption ultimately lands on human beings, their workers, their communities, and their customers. That's it for today. Thanks so much for listening, and a big thank you to WorkHuman for supporting the Workplace Minute. If this episode made you think about how your organization is preparing for the transformations and disruptions from AI technology, please share it with a colleague. I'm Steve Boese, and this has been the Workplace Minute from H3 HR Advisors.